Genocide, 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 genocide.
And what do you think the way forward is?
People power. I think the days of party politics are over.
So would you say that the ceasefire is genuine? Would you say that it would work?
I'd say that's a joke. That's just a media hype.
Hi, I'm Esther Akinnuwa. Here we are outside the Israeli embassy for Stop the Massacre demonstration. This is the third one since the Israeli strikes began on July the 8th. There are thousands of people here coming here to protest. Let's hear what they have to say.
I would say open your eyes and don't shut your ears and look at the reality. Be human.
There's been calls for a ceasefire for 12 hours. Do you think it would last?
No, it won't.
Why do you think it won't last?
Well, they call it ceasefire, but still Israeli tanks are still moving. And they are still doing what they're doing. They may not fire, but the operation, they're preparing for the next killing.
So what do you think is our way forward towards peace?
And occupation. Simple. There is no complication. There is no question, no more further question, just end occupation.
Can you please explain briefly what is going on in Gaza?
Oh, that's a big question. In my own words, so Gaza is currently under siege by Israel, and because Israel thought that Hamas kidnapped the 3 Israeli boys, which actually has been proved now was false, that it was a lone person. They then have decided to attack Gaza continuously with missiles and rockets and shrapnel that's illegal under the UN, killing over 800 Palestinians right now. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting to have David Cameron, who's a conservative friend of Israel and says that he staunchly supports Israel, but turns around to put sanctions on Russia, is absolutely hypocritical. It's abhorrent.
Here to condemn, obviously, what the Israeli government is doing, and also to criticise and condemn what the UK government is doing in supporting the Israeli collective punishment, the siege of Gaza, the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, defiance of international law, the racist laws.
It's a matter of humanity. It's not like a religious sort of thing. As humans, we should all, strive to bring together the peace, the crisis that's going on right there. I mean, Israel have broken so many human rights conventions. They're doing a lot of war crimes out there. It's just not fair. It's not fair because if it was the other way around, then it would be US, Britain would all be invading Palestine right now. So something that we all need to come together to raise awareness for. They lived in peace for so many years, but there's a movement came out called Zionism. It's not necessarily Judaism that's the problem. It's the Zionist movement that are coming. They believe that land is theirs. They've occupied illegally so many parts of Palestine. Over these years, Palestine has become smaller and smaller and smaller. It's just something that, like I said before, it's not fair.
What would you think is the way to peace?
Well, I think both sides could be much more intelligent. Or at least Israel has a better capacity to react differently, but they just don't react differently. So they just continue with the violence. That's not going to help. I think so far the kind of negotiations that take place, they don't lead anywhere. So maybe the solution is to bring an international force to help mediate.
I'm really unhappy about what's happening in Gaza at the moment. It's been a situation that's been out of control for really too long. And what's happening now with Israel and the massive overreaction they're going at the moment, so I'm really worried what's going to happen next. And those people, I thought they're really trapped where they are, and I want everyone to know that we can help them.
What brought me over here was when I heard the news report about the hospital being the UN hospital being blown up, and also the school. I mean, no, the Israelis have said they've got a right to defend themselves, but I don't think killing children's a very nice thing to do.
Well, I think until Israel does not, in fact, free Palestine, as people are shouting here, I think that as Israelis, we need to make sure that Palestinians do not need to resort to violence. I am in support of a civil, non-armed struggle for justice, democracy, in Israel and Palestine, and I think that it is a responsibility of us Israelis also to put our voice here with Palestinians and internationals.
To respect and protect and love each other. That's why I'm here. And actually this is nothing to do with the American people, Israeli people, Jewish or Muslim or Christian. It's just the, what's happening, New World Order. And that's what's happening that we are all aware of. They should know that we are all aware of what's happening in the world, you are not going to succeed. We are going to change the world for the better with the positive energy, with the good people. You are not going to succeed, idiots, devil, new world orders.
The Israelis are breaking every single humanitarian law that has existed, and enough is enough.
How would you summarize what's going on in Gaza? What is the cause of the conflict?
Basically, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure a lot of people will support me in this, is that the Israelis have got the support of a lot of the Western powers, and they have got like a green light on committing these atrocities. I think that our governments need to stand up for humanity and say to them, enough is enough, and stop this violence. I would say to our Prime Minister, open up your eyes, listen to the people. We put you into power, we voted you because we thought that this was a democratic elected person who will stand up for the people, and the people have stated their voice. They've said enough is enough, and this atrocities, this genocide must stop.
I think the biggest disappointment is the silence, because there's no leaders that are saying anything, and we elect these people to give us a voice. But clearly they're not doing that. I mean, if you're in that position, you have a responsibility to represent people in this country, and he's not doing that. So I'd tell him, do a lot more. I mean, try and negotiate something with Israel and Palestine, because the people are suffering. It's not anyone else.
People out here trying to help people of Palestine. We've got a very big major suffering around the world, and it's time that Muslims and non-Muslims alike come together and, in unity and peace, come together and merge and make a difference.
How Britain, America are blindly supporting the Zionists, the racist thugs basically. But the public's not going to have that. We've seen it. We are using alternative media. We are into Facebook, Twitter, everything else, which are giving us the true picture of the ground on a day-to-day basis. Our government is in denial, but we public see what's going on, and we are in solidarity with the Palestinians, especially the Gazans who are suffering, who are getting killed every day, yet no one acknowledging the fact that they're human beings like you and me. So we are here to basically voice our concerns and voice our feelings to our government and the public. Awareness is very important, because media is blackout. The BBC is not saying nothing. The other news are not saying anything.
We're young, and every little helps basically. So if we're here to support our brothers and sisters in another country, it's the same. We're all united and we're all one ummah. So we want to support everybody, and get together and show how much love and support we have for our brothers and sisters around the world.
But we still feel hurt when they get hurt. So we're trying to show our support. So people from all around the world can help and support them as well.
Yeah, as children ourselves, they're trying to give the children in Gaza a voice, because they haven't really got a voice at the moment.
And what other ways do you think is the way forward to achieve peace?
I think to achieve peace, there needs to be an end to the racism that's happening in Palestine by the Israeli government. It's not just against Palestinians. There's a number of ethnic groups that are being targeted, and I think that's going to be the first step towards achieving a peaceful resolution there. There are African people who migrated to Israel to achieve a better way of life, to run away from atrocities in their own countries, but they're being marginalised and oppressed as well. And I've heard about things like concentration camps being set up in Israel as well. So these things need to end. I say to David Cameron, you're our Prime Minister, represent your people. We as the British are coming out in our tens of thousands saying that we want this to end.
People all over the world have come together to march against the conflict in Gaza, even tens of thousands here today. The common outcry is against David Cameron facilitating the war crimes in Gaza. Will the ceasefire end? We'll have to wait. I'm Esther Akinnuwa in Westminster.